Hello everyone, my name is Hannah and I am the creator here at Bookshelvish. Today we're going to be ranking every single Sarah J. Maas book. Thanks for joining. I'm assuming you're here because you've read every single SJM book. I am going to do my best not to reveal any spoilers, so hopefully you can still watch even if you haven't read anything by her, but just a forewarning that that is coming. So let's jump into it. I'm mid-move right now, so that's why the background is a little bit wonky, but anyway, today we're going through from my least favorite to my most favorite. I feel like it's important to say how I read these books just so that you know where I'm coming from with them. So I personally read Throne of Glass first, then ACOTAR, then Crescent City. I generally do recommend that order, but I also think you could read ACOTAR first and then Throne of Glass and then Crescent City. Basically, Crescent City just has to be at the end is all I'm going for. So let's jump into it. Also another disclaimer, I have given every single one of these books 5 stars. So me saying that I don't like one or the other, it's at the bottom of the list, really just means that it's not my most favorite, but I still think it's above pretty much every other book that exists. Readjusting a little bit here. My least favorite SJM book. Nobody come for me because I know that this is going to be starting off with a bang. My least favorite book is Crescent City 1, House of Earth and Blood. I think mostly I just found this really difficult to get through. I'm not really a Bryce girly, so I feel like just reading about her was not my favorite, and there weren't any side characters that I felt as attached to as I did with the ones that were in Crescent City 2 and 3. So least favorite. Next, least favorite Sarah J. Maas book. And I know it's technically Sarah J. Maas, but I've always said Sarah J. Maas in my head, so that's what we're rolling with. Second least favorite, Crown of Midnight. I hate Nehemia, which is basically where I'm coming from with this because this whole book revolved around her. If you know, you know, but it even revolved around her after she stopped being the center of attention somehow. So for that reason, I'm out. I'm gonna get some haters for this too, I can tell. My next least favorite book is A Court of Silver Flames. The reason that this is not my favorite is because I am not a Nesta girl. Understand that people love her. I understand that she went through some character growth. I understand that as a character, she's incredible. For a lot of personal reasons, I feel like I just couldn't relate to her struggle, and I feel like I have a lot of Nestas in my life that I probably need to work on having more empathy for, frankly. But anyway, reading a whole book from her point of view, not my favorite thing. I also am not as in love with Cassian as basically everyone is. Always been a recent favorite girly till the day I die. It's not, again, I gave this book 5 stars. I enjoyed reading it. It's just not in the realm of everything my favorite. Third least favorite. All right, next up is Crescent City 2, House of Sky and Breath. I did like this more than the first book, primarily because of the side characters and the ending. You really can't beat a good old SJM ending. That being said, this book is so long. Oh my gosh. Also, I love Lydia so much. So her featuring more prominently in this book and then really more prominently in House of Flame and Shadow really bumped them up a notch for me. So 4th least favorite. I feel like the Dance Moms pyramid meme. Tower of Dawn. I am not a Kale hater. I think Kale's great. It's also taking me a lot of effort right now to say Kale because in my head I pronounce it Chow, which I know is wrong and I get made fun of. Tower of Dawn, 2nd least favorite of Throne of Glass, 5th least favorite overall. Next, A Court of Frost and Starlight. I love A Court of Frost and Starlight, okay? But not a lot happens. I feel like we can all agree on that, but I like it for that reason. Again, 5 stars. I wouldn't say I like it better than the 3 remaining ACOTAR books, which is why it ranks here. Next least favorite, Throne of Glass. Again, I love this book. We're at the point where it doesn't outstrip every other book that we have left for me. So that's why I put this one here in the ranking. Next, ACOTAR. I will say, I don't think ACOTAR, when you're reading it for the first time, really outdoes the rest of these at all. But I think on a reread, you see all of the little places where this book, you get it, you just get it. And so I think on a reread overall, this goes up just because I love it so much. Next, Hofas. I know it's very controversial to put this as my favorite Crescent City book, but it really just is. I already had said that I'm obsessed with Lydia, and she has such a great arc in this book, and all of the tie-ins. I think personally, I love it so much. I would say Throne of Glass is my favorite series, so anything that reminds me of that. Next least favorite, Heir of Fire. This was probably my least favorite of the series when I was reading it through for the first time. But again, on a reread, I think the entrance of Rowan, Manon, Abraxos, all these other characters that I just love so freaking much, it makes this chef's kiss. Next up, The Assassin's Blade. I am a Sam girly. It is what it is. Next up, I love Aquawar, just to be clear. We are very much at the point where I don't think it tops anything else that we've got going on, so that's that. These last few are super difficult to rank, and I feel like I could go back and forth on what the ranking is at any given time. So for today, out of our last 4 remaining, next one would be Kingdom of Ash. I love this book with all of my heart and soul. I do think that it's very long and it's hard to stick with, I think, for that reason. I feel like I just end up binging it every time I read it. I'm hoping this year that I can do like a really slow read through. We'll see how that goes. For purposes of this ranking, but this could be really number 1 some days, is Queen of Shadows. I love this book so much. I am a Lysandra girl, and her growth and arc in this one is just, it's so good. I even said I'm a Lysandra girl while I'm literally wearing a Cara Bear Lysandra's version crew neck. Next, Empire of Storms. I love this book. And my top SJM book, I feel like this is so basic, but you can't not love it. And again, this could be with the top 3 thrown a glass, like anywhere in there, but I think just the magic of this one and chapter 54 specifically is just unbeatable. So my top favorite SJM book. So this is my stack. Thanks for playing. I know this was a short video today, but I felt like it was important to establish some faves here. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.